And then now I have a few things that I can make beats with. But for now, we're just going to use this thing called a loop player. It's called the Dr. Octorex loop player. Just going to double click that. And we're going to search for some loops. Okay, so we'll search for some electronic drum loops, and we'll do some, let's do some electro house. And let's see what this sounds like. If I double click it, it'll load it into this thing. I'll explain what all these things are now as we go along, as we go through more of our videos and tutorials. And let's see what this sounds like, right? Yeah, you can hear it. Okay. Okay, that's very simple. 4 on the floor, you know, and then let's see what this sounds like. Okay, this second patch, so it has 8 patches. Each patch has, you know, something on it. The first patch is just the bass 4 on floor, right? Then you can switch to the second one, and I'll show you how we switch it. The third one has that little do at the end of the thing. Yeah. Okay, and the fourth one, that's just like a filler. It's a muted, and it's okay. So that's like a rise into, yeah. Okay, good. And then the last one, let's see what it is. These guys are empty. Okay, good. So this is what we need, right? So, oops. And where did that go? Okay, so we're gonna stop this guy here, and then what we're gonna do is we created when we drag the Octorex into our rack here, it automatically wires it all properly. So what it's done here is it's taken the main outputs of this Dr. Octorex loop player, and it's shoved it into the inputs of a channel. This channel goes into the main mixer over here. So we have this thing called elect drums, right? So basically, I'm just going to call it big beat for now, just so I know, because we're going to layer some other drum tracks on there. Let this audio track be there for now, and we won't mess with the these guys yet. I don't need it yet. Now what we need to do is we need to program the thing. So we need to say, okay, do the do first, and then, you know, get into the whatever sections of the song, verse, and then chorus, and then build up, and then maybe another verse, and then another chorus, and then bridge, and then chorus, and end. Okay, something like that. That's kind of the structure of most songs, right? So here what we want to do is we want to draw in actually no, so what I want to do is we want to do lane automation. So I'm basically going to do actually I'm going to do Sarkhan, thanks, man. Yeah, I hope you can actually. I just got a text from my buddy, says I'm on his TV. Cool. I'm glad you can actually send me texts and messages if you can, or if you can't on your TV, then that's cool. That's awesome. Can you hear me clearly and everything? Hopefully you can. But this is yeah, this is very nice that Sarkhan's actually watching. Okay, so this is I created a new lane here. It's called pattern select, and I don't know if you can see it very clearly, but I don't know how to zoom in on Twitch or whatever. But anyway, so this pattern select allows us to draw in the pattern. So we're going to draw in the pattern. So I double clicked here, and I'm going to actually stretch this up to 8 bars. And okay, the tempo is 120 BPM, which is fine. I'll just turn the click track on and we'll hear it. Okay, so I'll mute this for now. So the tempo is basically that. Okay, so that's a fine tempo for this kind of clubhouse. I think, you know what, we'll do 110. Let's see. No, that's just slow. So we'll do 120, which is actually good. And we now, okay, so I want to select the pattern of my song. And so this pattern of my song will be, let's unmute this guy and say. Then we want to start with the verse, okay? Which is because we don't want to have a drawn long out intro. We want to start the verse right away. So what the verse is, and if you remember, number 2 on the rack, this guy on the rack is kind of a versey kind of thing. So we'll select the pattern number 2 over here. Stop that guy, double click it, and we'll do 1 2 3 4 bars, okay, of number 2. So I selected the pattern over here, so this will play number 2. So basically here it says 1, I don't know if you can see it, it says 1 here it says 2, and it'll play 2 for, okay, so that's interesting, it's actually 1 2 3, okay, basically like that. So okay, so we have now something going on. Okay, now I liked that thing, if you remember from the last time. So we're gonna actually throw that in. I think that was on the 3rd one. Yeah, there you go. So this one has the ending for the thing. So we're gonna layer this whole song structure out just from the drums, and then we'll go throw in some bass, and we'll throw in some guitars, and we'll throw in some vocals, and we'll see. It's fun. It's very fast, and it's very, very fun. Okay, so now we have this verse thingy going on. Okay, we have this and then we can throw in another 2 bars of this, right? So we'll see. Maybe we'll just start the vocals here, say something. Okay. And then here we'll do a little bit of a pre-chorus, and then we'll throw in the chorus here. And so the chorus, I don't remember what we have as far as chorus is concerned, but we'll just do the same thing. We'll just do the 4. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh yeah, 4 is the muted. Okay, so what we can do is on the 2 here, I'm gonna bring this back up, and then we'll make this the 2, and then here we're gonna throw in the 4. Let's see what that sounds like. I don't know what it sounds like. Okay, so it's not really fancy. I don't know why there's a snare right there. Okay, so we'll just move this guy and see if it actually develops into something better. Okay, that's kind of lame. So we'll just bring it back here. And then see. So we have, now I want to mark my song, just so I have, ideas. I'm going to call this intro. Okay, great. Thank you, Sarkhan. My voice, my voice is too bassy, you're saying? Let me see if I can actually adjust that. This is a very shit mic, Let me see. I just have to sit closer to the mic. Maybe I'll take this off. Oh. You need the pop screen. Too bassy. Okay. Hang on a second. I have an idea. let's see. Okay, this is a better mic, right? Yes, sir. Next time I'll use a fancy mic. Okay. Okay, this one is a better mic. Yeah. What do you think, Sarkhan? I just switched it to again. It's still a shit mic. It's the MXL. I have fancy mics actually. I have the here. Let me show you. So that's the blue bottle, which I just got. It's kind of a nice mic. That I'm using it for. That I'm using it for the vocals and yeah, this is better. I'm using it for the vocals, and so I don't want to have to keep looking over there and talking and that and bringing that here. When we actually do the recording for the vocals, it'll be nice over there. Cool, awesome. This is great actually. Sarkhan is using my phone as a text message thingy. I think it's because you can't chat on your TV. Is that why? By the way, anybody else wants to ask any questions, feel free to. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do these intro thingies. We're going to just mark it. We're going to call it intro, and then I'm going to have another one that I'm going to call verse, and then I'm going to have another one that's called, I'll call it chorus, and then we'll have another one called bridge or middle eight. Bridge or middle eight, and then we'll have something called an outro. Yeah, by the way, this shit mic that I was using, this is the Sterling Audio. I got this and another one, both condensers for $40. It's like really shit. And this isn't bad. This is the MXL, and this and the other thing you get it for like $100. Okay, so now let's go back up here, and I'm gonna say we're gonna draw in this marker here. I hope it doesn't feedback. This marker here, and that's the intro. And then I'm gonna do another. This is gonna be the verse. So see, so now we have a different kind of mark, and then we have, I think that's pre-chorus. I'm gonna call it, okay, we'll just call it block 6, but it's actually the pre-chorus leading into the pre-chorus, and then this is the chorus. Okay, and then this chorus, and then what we're gonna do is after the chorus, we're gonna have like a quiet section, a 2-bar quiet section, which I'll use block 6 again, and then this is verse 2. Verse 2 goes on for 1, 2, 3. Actually, first verse 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then we'll do that little build up into the we'll do a build up, and then we'll do a chorus. Maybe we'll see. Chorus can be that much, okay. And then we'll do the bridge, and then we'll do a chorus again, and then we'll do an outro. Cool, so that's kind of done the structure of the song. So you can see the whole structure of the song right now. So intro, verse, this is pre-chorus, then there's chorus. Again, there's this small little break there, and there's a verse, then there's this build up into the chorus, and then we'll do the chorus. We'll have a bridge, which might need to be longer, and then we'll do the chorus, and then we'll do an outro. Okay, so tape a sip. All right, now for that build up, or the quiet part, we'll use this last loop that we had. it sounds something like this. Okay, so let me actually turn up the volume a little bit more so you guys can hear it a better. Okay, pop screen. Okay, so we'll do this verse. Okay, so that's an idea. We'll see. We'll see how that works. Yeah, there needs to be a build up over here out of that. Well, it might work. We'll see. And then the bridge is going to be... Okay, that might not work there. The bridge will probably be just silent. Yeah, we'll see. We'll use... Okay, for the bridge, we'll do that long build-up thingy. That's up to here. Okay. And then the last one will be chorus, and then we'll just do the first, this, done, finish. Okay, so we're gonna save the song. Always remember to save your songs. I just like to do that because you know, it's a good habit. Now we're gonna, since this is the first Twitch stream, I'm gonna name this thingy Twitch. Okay, and this song sounds like a twitchy song anyways. So I'm gonna call it Twitch, and it's saved. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna turn down my mic a little bit more because it seems to be feedbacking. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we have a kind of a structure going on, right? So this is the first draft of the structure of the song. So let's take a listen, okay? And can sing something here. We're gonna think about it. We're gonna write something interesting. And we'll do some instrumentation over here. And then, boom, into the chorus we go. And then we do a little bit of a thingy after the chorus, and then start with the verse again, saying something. Again, the chorus. I don't know what the lengths are yet, but we'll figure it out. In fact, I think this might need to be a little longer, but we'll see. This is our bridge, and then we'll finish off with the chorus soon. Okay. Okay. So now we have that structure going, right? So now what I can do is I can actually throw in a bass. You know, just throw in a bass there. So I'm gonna grab this awesome bass here. This is a Gibson. It's an old Gibson. It's a 1970 something 5 or something. It's a fantastic sounding bass, which you guys will hear in a second. Let me actually find my cables to plug it in. I'd actually taken all these cables out earlier. That's why they're not plugged in. They're usually always plugged in. This isn't actually, this is my neighbor's bass guitar, which I'm borrowing because I'm not a bass guitarist, but I could be one. Okay, and the bass is actually on, I'm going to create a new audio track. Well, I already had one. And the bass is actually on because I have 8 inputs, my bass is on the second input of my audio interface. And let's see. Oh, that is probably because of that. So yeah, I had to turn on the line input. Okay, so you should be able to hear the bass right now. This is really good sounding bass guitar. What do you think, Sarkhan? Okay, so now we have this. Let me see what we can do with this, right? Okay. Yeah, so that's gonna annoy me. So we'll have to figure out the timing on that. So okay, so so that's you know, good enough for this purposes. So let's kind of just record. So I'm gonna hit the record over here. I'm not gonna use the click track because I have the drums giving me the click actually. So I'm gonna record it. Now you see, I've been playing it a little differently each time just because I wanted to see some variation. And the cool thing about software is you don't have to play it all the way through. I just repeat it. Okay, so so we're going to use the knife tool, cut this guy, and then cut this guy, and let's see if that's actually good. That was shit. Okay, here I'm going to play something differently, and then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to take this guy and just loop it till the end. Okay, right over there. Now that's the chorus. So these are the chorus areas, so which we might want to play something differently, but we don't know. We'll see. Okay, so that's the bridge part, which we know. I'm gonna take this off. Actually, delete. We'll see what happens there. And this actually, I cut it wrong. Let me see. Oh, okay. It doesn't matter there. You know, this is reason's really good because you can actually open it up and it won't lose things. Okay, and then take the. Okay, here we'll figure out what to do there, right? So now we have something going on. That is annoying. Now it's time to plug in the guitar and use that first audio channel that we already had. Yeah, in this bridge part, we'll just do something very quiet. And this is simple. We're not trying to make the best song in the world here. We're just trying to do. Oh, my camera's falling down. The bass is so powerful that the camera's falling down. Okay, good. So now going to plug in the guitar. And you know, we'll do some very simple basic. I never noticed how yellow my pick guard is. God, yellow. Okay, so I've plugged in the guitar, and we're gonna rename this track to bass. And then we're gonna go up here. I thought I renamed the other one. I did, but it only does it in the rack, I guess. I'm gonna call this a guitar riff, and this is just one of the guitars. Well, usually, you know, people layer a lot of layers. We'll layer it slowly. We're just trying to create a structure here, right? And then this one, this guy's on channel 1. And let me see if my channel 1 guitar registers. It's not registering. So okay, for some reason my channel 1 isn't working. I'm sure it's working, but I just haven't okay, so we can yeah, it's very out of tune. So what I'm gonna do is use this little guy. This is called a snark, or a snark. Yeah, it's a really nice tuner. So I'm just gonna tune the guitar up. I just recently fixed the intonation on this guitar, so it should be fine. Okay, so this guy sounds a little better. Now, what we're going to do is, see, we want this guitar to have a nice tone. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that rack back up here, and then we're going to go to effects. And I have some interesting effects here. Now I have these amps. I have the soft tube amp. I have these other guys in the. So I have the Boss DC1, DC overdrive, the distortion, but we're not going to use any of those. This guy's kind of boring. We're going to use this thing called Vermilion guitar amp. The Vermilion guitar amp is actually kind of good. And I think I have another one. I thought I did. Never mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to this is a guitar riff, and I'm going to show the insert effects, and I'm going to throw this Vermilion guy as an insert effect in there. By default, it's got a clean reverb, and that's what it sounds like. But we're gonna choose from the left side something interesting. So let's see what this. Oh, maybe too loud for everybody. Sorry. So we're gonna pick. I like. Let's see. Let me see. let's see. We'll try a few different tones, and then see which one suits our. Oh, okay. Let me see. Did you write something on the chat room? So Sarkan says that he wrote something in the chat room. Huh, interesting. Can you write something again? I might have missed that, but it's supposed to actually show up in my my feed here. See, this is what I'm using. You see, this is the tool that I'm using for streaming. And when somebody chats or sends something in the chat, it should show up in this column here. So that may not be working then. So yeah, the base is I see the chat on okay, on the main Twitch channel. So interesting. I think I have to connect it. Okay, good. Thanks for the bass sound. I'm not using any plugins as yet. It's just the guitar. That's how good the guitar is. The guitar is very, very good sounding guitar. But we'll add a bass plugin later. Yeah, we'll add a bass plugin later, and then we'll get it to be a better sound. Cool. I can actually, you know what? I can see your chats from here now. I have to look at you know, on my actual Twitch page, which is over here. So this is Serkan's comments, as you see over here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is let's do this guitar part. And I'm going to actually reduce the volume of the guitar just to mix it in a little bit. So basically that's going here. This is the guitar channel. I'm just going to pull it down a little bit. Pull it down a little bit more just so that, well, it needs to be mixed in properly. Okay, let's see. So that kind of works a little bit. So we'll see that for the verse. For the verse, we'll use that that kind of a guitar thing. So let me record the guitar riff. I need to start that right away, so I'm not gonna wait. So we'll go back up there. Okay, so that was a shit playing. We just play it a little better. Okay, I think for the chorus we'll do something else. This is fine for now. Let's see what it sounds like. bit of a we'll actually copy these two and just take it over to the second verse, and then we will kill that guy, and then we're gonna actually also do it one more time towards the end. I think that'll be good over. Not in the chorus. Not in the chorus. Well, it might actually work for the chorus. Who knows? It actually might be fine. Or it might not work for the verse. We'll see. Now we're going to throw in another guitar there. We're going to bring the rack back. And this rack, we're going to actually use, throw in a nice little distant, maybe. Okay. That is not what I wanted. Okay, that sounds interesting. I can actually turn the reverb up a little bit. I'll turn the noise gate on a little bit. Okay, good. And then we'll just bring the volume down in the rack mixer. So guitar 2 comes down a little bit. Use the same thing for the chorus. That's not a very nice sounding sound, but we'll work with that. We'll make it sound better. So I think turn it up a little bit. I'm gonna actually turn on the compressor for the guitar here. Bring the ratio down. Not the release, so the threshold down. Okay, and then I will actually also throw in a little bit of EQ here. And so here's the EQ. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a high pass, and then so it's not too noisy. Oops, where is it? This here. So we don't want to. And then we have a low pass as well. About there, so that the guitar is not too noisy. Give it a little bit of air. Okay. And then we'll also add a little bit of reverb. I have a room reverb for the guitar. Yeah, that's fine for the guitar. Yeah. Okay, so now we'll do this. It's clashing, so the guitar is making too much noise there. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy that over there. We'll actually copy it everywhere because it actually works. Okay, so what did I have over there? So I have, oh, that's something's missing. And yes, we definitely need that too. And we're actually gonna duplicate that and put it there as well. We will actually just throw this guy everywhere because it works. Except for the bridge and this intro thing, we'll actually throw in. so that might actually work for the chorus part. So what I'm going to do is we have this thing over here, and we're just going to try that Okay, then that stops over there. So the verse starts again, and then we'll do that same thing for the chorus over here. Actually, I mean, this is not the proper structure for a song, because if you see, the song is only 1 minute and 6 seconds long, which is not proper. But this is just a demonstration of how you would do it. You would actually double a lot of these things. The verses will be longer. There'll be a longer, parts here. This is the condensed version, but it's fine because it's a Twitch song, right? So it's supposed to be short and twitchy. Okay. I don't know what to do, but maybe something. Okay. So yeah, we'll do something very simple like that. See? So we'll just do something very simple like. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is hit this and I'm gonna. So we're just going to do that. I'm going to actually do this. We're going to start to do a pre, and we'll do a click, because there's no drums over there, or there is, but it's not enough for me. So I'm going to turn the click track on. We're going to do a pre, so it gives me a 4-bar pre-click, so I can just play this crappy thing, which we'll fatten up later. Okay, good. So I got that. So we got this. And did you hear that there was like a do, I don't know how that came. Okay, so that kind of works. So let's hear it from the top. Okay. So what I'm going to do is now, just because it's turning out to be really nice, we're going to actually extend that chorus out a little bit. So we're going to do it from here, and then we're going to actually increase the block, and then I'm going to actually just increase the block and just do the doon doon, and then this guy goes, oh no, we want to do. Oh, actually, that's terrible. You see, it depends on where you start. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to actually do two. Actually, yeah. And then I'm going to also extend this guy. So we're gonna probably take it from here. Let's see. So we just extended the chorus a little bit. Here we have that little break, so I'm gonna do that bridge thingy here, and we'll do the bridge quiet part here, and then turn this off, and we'll bring this guy back down here, and we're just gonna throw in what is it? We'll do the 5. No, it wasn't the 5. We'll do the 4. Okay. So let's see what that sounds like. Okay. Okay, so that'll be a little bit better. Now, we might want to just start the vocals here, see, because we want to give a little bit of a build-up for people to kind of get used to it. So we'll just give, we'll take all these things. See how the song is now starting to slowly lengthen. Okay, so we're gonna actually do this here, and then we're gonna just double. Okay, I have to cut this guy so we don't have incorrect timing. Okay, so now if we see what the length of the song is, it's grown to 1 minute and 22 seconds, which is also still not enough. Here we start the vocals. That's the little bridge. This is the chorus thing. It's very good. I mean, it's not the best, but it's whatever. Break here. I hate that crash there, but that's the loop. And we're gonna do the same thing. Oops. We're gonna do the same thing with that verse as well. So we're gonna move all these guys. I can't think clearly with this. So we're gonna move all of them to here. Yes, and then we're gonna, grab that, and move, oops, undo that. Move them out to here. One more. And then this guy, verse, gets duplicated there. And then we're just gonna copy these guys and then move it out there. Okay, so. That's the second verse. So we're gonna actually now also do this. We're gonna copy these guys and then move it out 1 bar here. Take these guys and move it out 4 bars out. I mean, and then go here, select that, and go do that, which is bad. Do that, and then bring this guy back in. So that's a double chorus on this one. So now I can actually double that chorus as well, just for fun. And so we just need to move this guy out 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this guy out, oops, maybe moving out to 4, and then this chap, we just slice him here, and then just take that and then double it. And we'll double it. So now we have, what is this song long? It's, oh shit, it's only 1 minute and 46 seconds still. Okay, good. That's actually not bad. You know, short songs are nice. All right, let's listen to it from the top. Okay, so I have an idea for a tune in my head. So I'm going to create an audio track. I'm going to call this Vox. And I'm just going to hum the Vox over there. And I'm going to hum the Vox, you know, into this. And I'm just going to use this mic right here. And I'll later record it with a better mic later. Now this mic, which one is it? Hello, check. I think it's 6. Yes, it is 6. So we're going to take 6 in here, and we're not going to use, we're not going to put, we're not going to make it you know what? It should actually go into the. It should actually go. There shouldn't be a bridge there, so I think I'm gonna just kind of keep. And this actually might be number 1. Would be very good here. Okay, so let's record it. So we'll just hit the record button, and I'm gonna have to. Sing here, we can actually just throw in some. Alright, and then clean and end, right? Okay, so we have that, you know, that gives us a nice idea for what we want the song to sound like, right? So then we throw in some lyrics there, and since this is not super awesome production or anything, you know, this works. All right, so let's hear it. know there's lots of bleeding and everything, you know, but this is a scratch box track. Need to sing here, we can actually just throw in some. Alright, okay. Clean and end. Okay, good. So we have that now. And so what we need to do now is to write some lyrics, right? So lyrics are kind of easy, right? I mean, when you just want to write something very simple. I mean, the only time I get things get really profound is when I can't, when I'm really writing something sensitive, right? That's when I'm stuck with the lyrics. But for these kinds of things, this is great because I'm not vested. It's actually growing on me, but it's going to be easy. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to first go refresh my my drink, and we can take a little break. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Oh, and I can just play the song for you while I'm gone. Okay, so now this is the interesting part here. So what do we feel when we hear this music? And since the name of the song is Twitch, because I just kind of wanted to call it Twitch, it's to me seems like an upbeat kind of a fast tempo. Well, it is a fast tempo song. It's a little bit upbeat, so, and it's a twitch. So at the end of the chorus part, something like that, right? So I go twitch. So I know that I need to have that I go twitch, or I go twitch. Yeah, I go twitch. I need to put that in there. So in the chorus. So we'll start with the verse. So the verse is like whoo, something like that. Right? Some nice harmony. harmonies there too, which we will figure out. So this one, I'm just going to call this Vox track. I'm going to call it the Vox scratch track, and then we're going to create another vocal track. I just call it Vox. I don't know why. I mean, you can call it Vox, whatever you want. So do. So let's see what that sounds like, right? And then syncopation and intonation, or enunciation and all that we'll work on a little bit later. Syncopation means, I know most people are going to start thinking about do you, something like that, right? Because I already had the do thingy in there, which is fine because we're not particular about it. But let's try to do some interesting songwriting right here. So I'm going to do. This is the most boring part for the listeners and watchers. Feel free to post some comments. If you think that there's something that you would like to talk about or have me write in the lyrics. But I'm going to be a little bit more quieter during this section of the thing. I have a start of something. And now, so what it seems like to me that I can actually repeat that, but we won't. Okay, I'm not going to worry about rhyming it because rhyming is going to be a problem. So I'm just going to not rhyme it. And just let's go with that. And then say, okay. Well, it's gonna be a cheesy song. Okay. Okay, so I have the first verse written. I have the verse and the chorus actually, which we're gonna repeat the chorus, and then the second verse we'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm gonna do this track. So basically, I'm gonna create another audio track, and we're gonna call this Vox for the main vocals, and we'll do the harmonies a little later. I'm gonna select channel 6, and we're gonna keep the. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to mute everything so that there's no bleed into the mic. You won't be able to hear anything for a little bit while I actually record on the mic. So what we're going to do is we are going to point this guy a little bit up so you can see me while I'm doing this. And the mic is actually going through. No, that's 6. I need channel. Let's see. That's the left. So the left one means that I think I am going through. Yes. Okay, and what we're gonna do is options and in the preferences, because I don't want it to auto that shouldn't matter, actually. Honestly, it shouldn't matter because we're muting everything. Okay, guys, so here I'm gonna mute it. You won't be able to hear. Okay, so I did a couple of takes. It's fine, it's whatever. But let's kind of take a look, take a listen to what it sounds like. And usually I'm trepidatious about this, but we're going to kind of see, right? Aren't we? We're going to see what it sounds like. I'm going to turn on a little bit of a compression on the vocals. And I did put a little bit of juice, niceness. Do you remember all the sand beneath our feet? Lazy like all I think about is you. No, go down on that. What? Well, what do you think? I think it's okay, right? So what we need to now do is I need to write the second verse, and I need to think of a harmony. Do you remember all the sand beneath our feet? All I think about is you. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? Who wants to twitch now? Okay. So what I'm doing is, this is called comp editing, and I actually like the starting from my previous thing. So I'm gonna. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? Who wants to twitch now? Okay, we're gonna have to stretch. Do you remember all the sand beneath our feet? Lazy. Okay, so I'm gonna stretch that out. Yeah, right. So we're gonna stretch that out again. So we're gonna actually, what is that? Oh, that's a vocal scratch. I don't care about the vocal scratch anymore. So we'll leave it there. I'm going to copy all these guys, and we're gonna move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it's just 4 bars. And we're gonna click this and click over there, select all of those guys, and then move them out as well, 4 bars. And then we're gonna double that, and then we're gonna just double this, because we want to give a little bit of a break before we start the second verse. Okay, so wants to twitch now, no, no. I don't know how to do that. I'll figure that out later. Time for another set of lyrics. Let's see how long the song is now. It's well, it's 1 minute and 54 seconds. Seriously, I think it's because this is fine, because it's a fast-paced, fast-tempo song, and a 3-minute song is probably a little too long for this tempo. It's just because it's a tempo, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is write the second verse. Oh, let me hear the So I want to hear this guy, the solo this, just hear that to see what. It's the same thing. So I didn't change the. I did not change the way I sang. I would be singing the second verse, but I might actually want to change it, right? Because we want to actually add some variation. Okay, I can do that. So what I'm going to do here is just pull this back, pull this back, pull this back, pull the bass back, and just pull all of this stuff actually back. I don't know, it might not work, we'll see. So that's actually better, right? I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. That's the correct timing, because that other intro was not doing it well. Okay, so here we have now. Some very, very cheesy, simple lyrics, but that's fine. And how was the chorus again? So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? Okay, so we're gonna do another take on the vocals, and I'm gonna actually mute the main outputs while we do the vocals, and I will see you soon. So sorry about that. Yeah, that's the thing I was trying to avoid. Basically, the screeches. Sorry if I blew anybody's ears. Okay, so I have something more that I've done, which is kind of which may be cheesy, but it doesn't matter at all because that's the point of the song. It's a cheesy song. Okay, so it goes something like this. Oh, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I will also surprise you guys with some harmonies as well, and just so you know, we don't, go on and on. So I'm gonna mute it again, go do the harmonies, and then I actually just did one harmony just now here, but I'm gonna do some more for the rest of the song, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back, and I have actually finished the harmony parts over the chorus, which I think you guys might actually like a lot. So we're gonna take a listen to it from the top, and let's see what you guys think. Do you remember all the sand beneath our feet? Lazy like all I think about is you. So how do little rough, but
fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand. Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand. And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to Twitch now.
we're gonna copy this whole thing. That'll work just as well over there. So we do this, and we're done.
And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to Twitch now.
I can take that off. The outro can just be just that, and you know, we just put this over here, put this over here, and then you know, just in the well, I can just throw in a fade there. That's how you do a fade in Reason. So I'm gonna put a fade there, and then
Wants to Twitch now.
right. We'll have to figure the maybe there, maybe there.
Wants to Twitch now.
No, that's too short. We'll obviously be cleaning it up a little bit later. I mean, I'm gonna have to redo the vocals. I mean, I will definitely have to redo the vocals. So we are gonna save this and then take a look at. Yeah. Okay. So what you guys saw was just the, you know, the initial, you know, song creation process. And what we're now going to do is, so we finished the structure of the song, basically. I think it's done. The song is done, right? I mean, could be another verse and maybe another thing, but as far as I'm concerned, it's done. So we can now add some keyboards and other layers and other, you know, violins and synths and make it really poppy. And so we'll have to figure that out. We'll think about it. We'll think about all that later.
Remember all the sand beneath our feet. Lazy like all I think about is you. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to Twitch now. Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand. Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand. And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to Twitch now. And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to Twitch now.
So I'm actually texting my buddy Sarek on the phone, and just asking him what he thinks. Hopefully he is still listening. All right, so I'm gonna play the song one more time, and you know, give a thought to what we want to do next. I mean, what we want to do next is kind of add, a little bit more, a little more, glue. And so glue will come in the form of, say, keyboards and something like that. So I'll figure that out.
Do you remember all the sand beneath our feet? Lazy like all I think about is you. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to twitch now. Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand. Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand. And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to Twitch now. And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to Twitch now.
There you go, folks. So that was the first rendition of our song. So now let's, kind of cap it here. See, it's 1:59. It's exactly 2 p.m. So I think it's time for our stream to come to an end. Unless you guys want to hear more, and if you want to hear more, I will do more. But post a message and let me know. It's funny. There's more viewers coming in as I'm trying to, well, I'll just play the song again. Let's see. This is what we just made for those who are just joining us. Let's take a look. Let's take a listen to the song again.
Do you remember all the sand beneath our feet? Lazy like all I think about is you. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to Twitch now. Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand. Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand. And I'm on Twitch now. So how do we?
Okay, so from a suggestion from my musician buddy Sarkhan, it's actually a great idea. What we're gonna do is this guitar riff out here on the top, we're gonna make it into we're gonna complement it now. We're gonna add a synth part, which is like a distorted synth part. Let me see. I have a lot of synths. We'll have to see. Now this is a very raw guitar part, right? Obviously, this is not gonna go into the final. So let's see what we can do to complement it. So we'll take the rack and let's go to instruments and let's see what we have here. So I have a lot of cool plugins. Let's look at, in fact, I'll just go and see Reason 9 sounds, and then we'll have leads, and then we want to, so his suggestion was a distorted lead. So Let's see. I'll throw in that's let's see, nice distorted. Let's see. Let's see what this is. Yeah, that's a little too dirty rave. Let's see what that sounds like. It's so cool. Dirty lead sine wave. We'll see. Distorto chill lead. Hopefully this is cool. This actually sounds nice, but we'll try it. We'll give it a try, right? And the notes that okay, so I'm gonna so the notes is I don't need it that long. What we wanted is the boom down. So let's solve it. So that's it, right? So I'm just gonna play that. I'm gonna cue record. I'm not a very good keyboard player. I'm a guitarist and a singer. So we're just gonna kind of play along with this, and we'll quantize it and move around. That should be enough for the initial thingy, and I'm gonna remove the cue record. It's 116. Oops. I will take this guy, solo it as well, and mute it. Okay, so I do not want that reverb on there. So what we're gonna do is we will just take a very basic let me just take a sheesh. Oh. We'll figure it out because yeah, okay. So this is enough. So to give me okay, so I need like a 1/8, and then we have this timing is off. Oops. Edit this guy. And then I'm just gonna squeeze this. That much is actually probably okay. We'll do 16, and then I'm just gonna fill these guys in, make it look cleaner. I don't know how to do that faster. Okay, and we'll change the tone of this particular thing in a bit. Okay, let's actually throw in everything, and we'll mute the guitar riff. We'll see how okay. Okay, that's not bad actually, that timing. Okay, so we're gonna muck with the actual tone. So let's actually pick a really nice tone. So let's see what this crickle would sound like. Oh shit, that is crazy. Yeah, so that beep won't work. So what is the timing? How am I doing it? Okay. So oops, undo that. Go in there. Okay, so yeah. And we'll have to pick another tone. I hate that tone. I don't hate it, but it's just not the best. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, let's see if we have, what was this? Distorted chill lead that we had earlier. Let's see. Okay, I do like the on the synths. Let me see. Actually doesn't sound too bad entirely. In fact, I just need to turn down the reverb on that one a little bit, and then what we're going to do is we're going to close this and we're going to actually duplicate that where we'll see. We'll just throw it everywhere now for now. Okay, this guy goes away. Then 116. Okay, for now, let's see what that sounds like. Now we're gonna bring the electric guitar down.
Do you remember all the sand beneath our feet? Lazy like all I think about is you. So
isn't entirely too bad.
Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand. Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand. And one on Twitch now. So how do you like the water so? Twitch now. So how do you like the water so? Is it nice now? So how do you like the song now? So wants to Twitch now.
Now the reverb, I'm going to change it a little bit because on this guy, because it's actually giving it so I can increase the saturation of this thing, and then I can give it a little bit of a lesser of a delay because it's kind of blowing it all out. Let's solo this and listen to it again. Turn the volume down on this guy. We can actually see. This feedback is fine.
Who wants to Twitch now? Sand back a little bit more of the delay because that was actually kind of nice. Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand. Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand. And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the water? So is it nice? Okay, so now that will what we'll do is we'll also add over here. We're gonna add where the and I'm on Twitch now. I'm gonna put some really nice deep trombone or trumpets or something like that there. So what we're gonna do is just in that area, right? So we're gonna go to the rack, and I'm gonna minimize this. Actually, I don't need to see all of this right now. Don't show the devices and push it there. And we're gonna go to the instruments, and I have this strings thingy. So we're gonna create new string channel. We're gonna select short, well, copy patches actually, acoustic, and then I like the larger than life, but we'll try the tight strings. Oh, why can't I hear it? Okay, so we'll try something interesting there, right? And I'm on Twitch now. So how do so that's basically just that much, just for that section over there. And we're gonna turn the Q record, and we're gonna put it 1/8. Twitch now. Okay, so we got that there, and then I'm also going to layer. We're gonna layer a higher octave, and we're gonna layer. Actually, we're gonna close that. We're gonna create a new channel or a new track with another string, which is basically a no, these are crap. I want the, let's see. Octave strings, no. Well, larger than life. Oops, actually undo that because I don't want to change it. I want to actually create, yeah, new one. Okay, so new track, and then so. And I'm on Twitch now. Okay, and so we're gonna create another thing. I'm just gonna copy this, Control D, that, bring it over here. And I'm on Twitch. Okay, and then take these guys. And I'm on Twitch now. Oops. And I'm on Twitch. Twitch now. And we're gonna stretch that out a little bit, and I'm on Twitch now. And now we're gonna keep adding on the chorus. We're gonna add like a nice violin section over there. So what we're gonna do is let's see. And I'm on Twitch now. Good. So we are also going to, just because we want to hear the tight strings, a little bit of room delay. Okay, so that'll be. And I'm on Twitch now. You see that? Choke, 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 choke. And actually, you know what? I want to go to. I think that note's wrong. The note was wrong. Fuck. Okay. Let's solo those two. Okay. And then I'll
actually increase the delay on that thing just to give it a little bit more color. We might actually even give it a little echo. Let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, so see that echo actually gives it a lot of color, and I'm actually also going to EQ that guy. I have better EQs, but today, just for now, we'll just EQ from here. So we're gonna click this EQ, and then we'll do a low pass on the high pass actually, and then just make sure that we don't have any of the low rumble. And then I want to actually bring the nice high color. We'll do a high pass as well. I mean high. Give the
Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, and I'm on Twitch now.
yeah. And so now we're gonna keep layering some more of the violins over here. I don't know what to do yet. We'll figure it out.
Like the water.
Sarkhan will know what the scale is, but I'm just gonna wing it. I'm just gonna play whatever I hear in my head. So we're gonna close this and just gonna play along with it. Just
Twitch now. Like the water. So is it nice now? So I do like the sun now. So
okay, I gotta turn up the volume on the file. In fact, I'm just gonna bypass all of that, so it's actually a little bit better. I don't know what the scale is, but I'll figure it out. Hang on a second. We'll just figure it out in a second.
and I'm on Twitch now. So like the water. So is it nice now? So like the sun now. So wants to Twitch now.
Okay, I got it. So we're gonna do this, you know. So, I'm gonna actually click here. Start over there. Give us a pre-click and a click and everything. So we're just gonna unlayer it like that.
So like the water.
Sorry, did not mean to abuse. Pardon my French.
Like the water, so is it nice now? So like the sun now, so wants to Twitch now.
Okay, so with the electric guitar, the violin sounds really good. Check it out. And then we can actually throw in, oops, undo that, and duplicate that. Yes. So.
And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the water? So is it nice?
All right, so let's see what and we're gonna layer some more.
And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like?
Okay, so we're gonna do, so this is, so this one is a higher, so
So how do you
and it's right now way too loud because I turned it up for the purpose of hearing it while I was recording. We'll bring it back down, and so I'm gonna solo this. Actually, not just that. I need to hear the bass and the Vox and harmonies.
So how do you
What is that? That's not the right, yeah.
Oh, how do you like the waters? So how do you like the water?
No, that might actually not be the appropriate thing.
And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like?
And now we'll turn this this guy on as well, and just to give us an idea.
And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the waters? So
It'll work. So if we actually kill this guy, kill that guy, and just work on this.
like the waters. So
Oops. So we're gonna go.
So how do you like the waters? So
Delete that.
the waters, like the waters. So
Yeah. So
how do you like the waters?
so we have to do here. What we have to do is. Okay, so and it has to be faster than that, so we have to do it like this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2. Okay. And then this guy goes here. Let's see. Just slow that. Ah.
and I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the waters? So is it not? Is it nice now?
Yeah, so this that note that complements with the
Is it nice now? Is it nice now? So
yeah, so then this is the same thing again. We can repeat it.
and I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the waters? So is it nice now? So
And then we can just copy all of this stuff. Actually, in fact, me. I like that. So we're gonna move that. Phew, did I copy to the right place? We'll find out. undo that. And then what we're going to do is we are just going to make a copy of, because it's exactly the same thing, and we do want a little variation here and there, but I'm kind of lazy right now. So what we're going to do is, let's see.
And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you
Don't duplicate that, and then there we go. So we're done.
so how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to Twitch now.
Okay, so here now, we'll have to do those violins again, because actually, like we said, close that. We go to song mode. Here, we did say that there were violins would be good in this section here. Well, strings, I mean. So
Wants to Twitch now.
delete all that, and then see.
And I'm on Twitch now.
So what we're gonna do is simple.
And I'm on Twitch now.
So
And I'm on Twitch now.
that's it. That's it. So
And I'm on Twitch now.
and then we take this exact same thing. We will duplicate it on the chorus side, like that. So now we have everything's done. Save. Ha, done. And I could put some harmonies on here.
And I'm on Twitch now.
And then we can,
And I'm on Twitch now.
so we can take that little guy from here and then take him over all the way to here.
And I'm on Twitch now.
Undo that. Oh yeah, actually not undo that, redo that. Redo. And then solo this. See what it sounds like. Okay, so that works, and that we'll see if it works. We'll have to also copy this guy over to the same spot. So I'm going to take that and duplicate that and move it over here. See? So yeah, so that works. So now we're going to take, I'll listen to this.
And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to Twitch now.
Now,
And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the water?
now what we need to do is we need to pump up this this beat drum thingy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a slap on a compressor on that beat rack, on the beat where the rack is. So where the big beat is here, we are. So let me show the insert effects and we move it in. Yeah, that should be it. Okay. So now I'll throw in a nice compressor, which I kind of like. This is the leveling amplifier, which, well, I can put a channel comp here and see what this guy does. Or I could put a nice faturator. It just tears it up, which I, not really. Okay, so let's do actually this nice big, we'll put a simple guy. We'll put this guy. This guy's really good at leveling amp and drums. Okay.
Like the sun now, wants to twitch now.
Okay. So we don't want to drown the bass out.
Remember all the sand beneath our feet.
See, this guy's got a lot more punch now, the drums.
All I think about is you. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to twitch now. Do you remember all the sand beneath our feet? Lazy like all I think about is you. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to twitch now.
Okay, now I have to bring this guy down a little bit.
Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand.
I might have to change that part later.
Fall in the sand, fall in the sand, fall in the sand. And I want twitch now. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to twitch now.
Now,
And I'm on Twitch now. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the sun now? So wants to Twitch now.
yeah, that sounds pretty good. So, delete that.
Do you remember all the sand beneath our feet? Lazy like all I think about is and one on Twitch now. So how do you like the water? So is it nice now? So how do you like the song now? So once on Twitch now. Okay, so as you can hear, there's clicks and pops here. That's because I've put a lot of effects and stuff like that, and now the recording and the streaming and everything is kind of taxing the computer. So that's why there's clicks and pops, but it's fine. I mean, I can actually increase the buffer size and it'll be fine to playback, which means we can actually do that right now. If I go to preferences and if I go to audio and if I increase this buffer size. Oh, it's actually fixed. That means I have to go here and increase the buffer size. Well, I guess I have to do it after I close up Reason. Okay, so never mind. Well, that's all it is. I mean, basically, I have very low buffer size because I get a short latency. This is something that's technical, and people who know software DAWs will understand this. But I will explain that in another video. But for today, I think we are gonna call it done for today, and we will resume this on Wednesday, next Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. California time, Pacific Standard Time. I will be here back again, and I hope to see everybody there. Thank you, folks, and have a great day.